Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I'm John Loos.
Yeah, John Loos.
John's here.
Yeah.
John Loos in the house.
That's right.
Remotely in the house.
On the Skype app,
Yes.
which we found is good for audio.
Yeah, it's way better. Than
So that's
other
great.
things, yeah.
None of that weird audio things, hopefully.
Yeah.
John, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing so good.
So,
I am.
go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm very excited. I'm just very excited.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad, of course, to have you. And the reason I have John on the podcast is because Judith Light is in this movie, and I could not think of a bigger Judith Light fan. Right, John?
She is pretty much the alpha and the omega. She's everything.
Judith Light is amazing.
She is.
She's amazing. There's nothing
She's so good.
you can't match that.
What
You
it
can't
is?
match
What
Judith
is
Light.
it about her, John, that you love so much?
You know, I was thinking about that while I was actually watching the movie we're about to talk about. But I think what I really realized with her is that she is always so committed to her characters,
Mm-hmm.
but you never see any of the it seems effortless.
Yeah.
Because you like the people who like take the roles like too seriously, you can always kind of see them working really hard.
Right.
But she is like she's so dedicated and so into her characters and just so effortless. I think so. I think that's one of the big reasons I love her.
Yeah. I
So
can
was
see
like,
that.
Who's the Boss? Like your favorite show growing up?
You know, I only caught the tail end of it because I was born in '82.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I loved Mona, Catherine Hellman, and I loved Judith Light, and of course Tony Danza was someone that made me realize I was gay.
Sure. Yeah. For lots of people.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose between, oh my God, what show did I just say?
Yeah, who's
Who's
the
the
boss?
Oh, Who's the Boss or Golden Girls? Which would you choose?
Oh, I have to say Golden Girls just because I have I've watched pretty much all of that and
Yeah.
still watch it today. And
Yeah.
Classic.
It's like having 4 Judith Lights on a show. It's a spoil of riches.
That's true. That's true. She wasn't old enough back in the day to be on that show, so maybe she'll do a
Right.
reboot. The new Golden
Oh
Girls.
my god! Don't even put that. Oh my god, that idea is amazing.
Oh, a new
Oh.
Golden Girls?
Yeah,
Oh
with
my god.
Judith Light. I don't know who else.
I don't know.
Throwing Ann Dowd,
Oprah.
Oprah.
Great. Okay, wonderful. So, John, do you have a lot of experience watching Lifetime movies, or is this something you do on the regular?
Not in recent years, but I grew up with 2 sisters who were obsessed with them. So I watched a lot in the '90s. I would say.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
peak Tori Spelling,
Oh,
Kelly
yeah.
Kelly
The
Martin,
cheerleader one.
Absolutely.
Shannon Doherty.
Yes. Oh yeah. She cried now. All of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you know what you're getting yourself into. So Drew, today, the movie we're talking about is called Escaping the Madhouse, the Nellie Bly story.
The Nellie Bly story.
Which is a true story. It's a real person. So I will have to have some tact when I'm talking about this movie because it really happened, even if it was like over 100 years ago.
Yeah.
But I will do my best.
Okay.
It stars, obviously, Judith Light, Christina Ricci, who you may know from Casper.
And Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She's not a
Is
Beetlejuice.
that Winona Ryder?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. Sorry. We're
No.
not a writer.
Christina Ricci was the shorter Winona Ryder.
Well, Drew, you're proving my point about Christina Ricci. Okay,
Christina
she
Ricci.
was in Addams Family.
She was in I'm just
The
gonna
opposite of
so
that.
now I'm just gonna name
Winona
all-
Ryder. She was in Stranger
She
Things.
was in
Speed Racer.
She was in. I think she was. She was in Mermaids. Didn't Mermaids have Christina Ricci and Winona Ryder?
Maybe
maybe.
it did.
I think it
I
did.
think so.
So there you go. That's where you started getting them
I
confused
think I got them.
from that one movie.
They
But
look the same.
They do. Also starring Josh Bowman from oh my god, my brain today. What is that show? Oh, Revenge on ABC. Drew, you wouldn't watch that show.
No, I wouldn't.
He's very handsome. Very handsome man.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's a very good looking guy.
Very good looking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought for a second I thought he was the guy from It's Always Sunny.
yes.
Oh yeah, no, Yeah.
You can see it.
No. I can see what you're saying. But
You got a little bit of Darren Criss in that too.
Yeah, but no.
Yes. So, okay, we're jumping in. It is New York, 1887.
1887?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they do like a skyline thing where it's like the New York skyline, and then it shows like the New York skyline in 1887, and it's a sad skyline.
It's real sad.
There's maybe the Statue of Liberty's there, but she's like, copper.
I mean, definitely.
She's not green yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't turned green.
Exactly. And
it would definitely be there at that time.
Okay. I mean, you're the historian. I'm not a historian.
Of Liberty.
Fuck you. I don't know when the Statue of Liberty was made. So Nellie Brown is our protagonist, not Nellie Bly, who you might be like, well, there's two Nellies in this movie. This is so confusing.
What?
I know. We'll get to it.
Okay.
So she's wandering around the streets of New York, and she's like, she has amnesia because no one has claimed her. Okay, right?
Okay.
So she's like, has amnesia, and nobody's like, there's like ads out for her, like, this is a picture of Christina Ricci, and she is missing, and nobody knows who she is. Okay.
She's Winona Ryder.
Right.
Yeah. She's actually Winona Ryder.
And we see,
which
is the twist, right? The twist at the end is
no, Drew.
Okay, no, sorry.
That's not the twist.
Sorry.
So Nellie Brown is in the offices of Dr. Josiah. Okay.
He sounds like a serial killer.
He's a very handsome doctor. He's very nice. He's dedicated to helping Nellie find her people. Mm-hmm. That's his job.
Okay.
And she's very close to having a breakthrough because she's having all these flashbacks. So we get our first of like the flashbacky things. John, can you help me explain the flashbacky thing?
Yeah, so she occasionally has these flashes to what looks like a previous life where it's her in like, I wouldn't say like upper crust clothing, but like fancier clothing, talking to a man, also like writing in a notebook sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she had this strange and full life that has slipped away from her mind.
Okay,
right.
So she's smart. She's like smart.
Yeah, but she's also like crazy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's cray.
A thing of note, we get a shirtless man in that little montage. So I was like, okay, here we go, Lifetime with our shirtless men. I appreciate that.
Good job.
So I'm like, good, we're watching Lifetime, not Hallmark. So we cut to Judith Light, and she runs an insane asylum. And I don't know what the PC term of this is, but since it's in the 1800s, they would have called it an insane asylum or
just an asylum,
a madhouse or whatever. And she has a bird, okay, and she's like, well, like talking to the bird in the cage, and she has like a serious like wig going on. Okay?
Oh God, it's such a serious wig.
Oh, okay.
It's like pulled back. It's got like a bun type of thing, but like very tight. High and tight.
But it's definitely a wig.
Oh, yeah. Christina Ricci also in a wig.
Most of the budget of this thing went to the wigs.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But she's doing one of my favorite things, which is the villain is always, whenever they have like a pet or something like very delicate that they're doing, like that little window into their soul that they always try to do. I love that. I love that she has a little bird, very like I, Tanya.
Yeah.
Yes. It was so I, Tanya Bird.
Tries to give the villain like a thing.
Right.
Like the villain has to have a thing.
Right.
So
it's like
cool.
Any Disney villain has a sidekick.
Yeah. It's like her Iago.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Judith Light is like taking Nellie back from her meeting with Dr. Josiah, and she's like put the shackles on her. She has like these shoes or something that like shackle her feet, Drew. And I'm like, right, they're shackles, John. Like they weren't like prison shackles.
Yeah, like is it to keep their shoes on so they don't take them off? I was a little confused about the shackle thing.
Yeah, it was like something that we should know in 2019, that they're like, oh yeah, you should know this, you idiot 2019 people. But we're like, we don't know what the hell they did in insane asylums in the 1800s, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So, but the doctor like says like, take the shackles off. Like she needs them so she can get better. But Judith Light is like, hell no.
She's like, no, don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, she like really shaded him being a psychiatrist instead of a real doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So
very delicious.
Is this like so Christina Ricci character / Winona Ryder?
Yes.
This is Winona Ricci.
Yeah.
Winona Ricci has the shackles on.
Yes.
Okay.
So Judith Light's like, I'm having none of this. Like, you can have your time with the psychotherapist, but I don't believe in that. I believe in hard work. I believe in my treatments, which include like cold water baths, and
punching in the face.
Yeah,
electricity,
hard
going
labor,
through your brain,
physical labor.
Boom.
She sends Nellie to go like check in the other coworker, the new patients. So there's a new patient coming in. Her name's Hollister. She is from the Hollister family.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the store.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm like very famous. Everyone should know who I am, and I'm the Hollister family.
Which was the Chico's family,
right? Yeah. Where's Abercrombie and Fitch family?
Yeah. American Eagle. I'm sure that.
But no one cares about her. They just like dump water on her, and she's like, "This is terrible." But she has like a child. Okay. She left, and she's like, "I need to nurse."
In the like in the facility?
No. Oh. She was taken away from her child. She says.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think the child may have died. It's not very.
I kept thinking that
it didn't come up.
Yeah.
A lot of this movie is open to interpretation. It's very stylistic and very... Lifetime paid a lot of money for this movie, okay?
Yeah.
But they maybe didn't put a lot of money to, like, following the thread. Yeah. The thread kind of just falls away as we go. So the coworkers have bath time. And the patients...
But it's not fun.
It's not fun. They have to like take off their clothes in front of each other.
Not like you would think bath time would be.
It sounds fun when you're like, it's bath time.
Oh, bath time. Oh, great. This sounds great.
No. So, the Nellie gets like another memory triggered from like the name of Hollister being mentioned. And I guess Hollister is the name she knows because she must be in upper society.
Yeah, she always shops there, so...
Yes.
Okay. She always shops at
She buys her hoodies. She buys her jeans with torn knees.
The already torn jeans.
So Nellie is starting to confide in Dr. Josiah and telling all these terrible things that happen in the asylum. And she's like, I'm not insane. Like, I'm a normal person. But then she's like, but am I crazy though?
Yeah, but wouldn't you think if you're like, well, I'm in an insane asylum,
right?
Wouldn't I be crazy?
I'm like, yeah, that's a crazy thing to ask. Am I crazy?
Am I crazy?
You wouldn't ask if you weren't crazy.
I mean, now we can do it very easily. We just ask ourselves, like, am I fucking crazy? Probably. Anyway, type in my job. Like, we're fine.
So Dr. Josiah is trying to get her to have like a breakthrough. So he undoes the shackles or whatever the fuck they are, the shoes or something. And he takes her to play baseball in the snow with the snowball.
This is like the Hallmark movie moment of this Lifetime movie.
Yeah, it was so weird.
So it turned into it. So in the middle of it, it kind of turned into a Hallmark movie.
It did.
They had like a snowball fight.
Well,
which is usually like I give points to movies
not
to have those tropes.
In this case,
okay,
because she in one of her memories she remembers the name Bat, B-A-T, and he's like, well then let's play baseball in the snow, and that will jog your memory, and you'll remember who you are. It doesn't work.
No, because that's probably not.
That's not how you play baseball.
No, because she was probably talking about bats. Is she Batman?
God damn it, Drew.
Okay, sorry.
No, but I do love this moment when she's like, when he's like, oh yeah, I got this bat thinking my wife was going to give birth to a boy, but we have a girl, so I can't use it. And she's like, give the bat to the girl. Like, women can do things too. It was very
feminist.
I like that message.
Yes.
Boys probably not a thing that would have happened back then, but yes.
Yes.
I mean, I agree with it. Just that's not historically accurate. They would be what? No.
So something weird happens with the rocking chair. I I don't know how we get to this point, but Judith Light has a rocking chair in the insane asylum, and she has it like in a little, like looking out a window. It's like in its own little room, and no one can sit in there except her. What? But Dr. Josiah tells Christina Ricci, Nellie Bly, to go and sit in the chair and tell everyone to sit in the chair.
Okay.
Yeah, like of all the horrible things that are happening at the asylum, like not being able to sit in this chair is like the biggest affront to this guy. He's like, oh my God, you can't sit in the chair?
Yeah.
Like, it's somehow the worst thing.
So everybody like goes and they're like freaking out over the chair. They all want to sit in the chair, and all the orderlies or whatever, the staff is like, you can't sit in this chair. And it becomes a whole like riot scene type of thing. Like Oz, you know, like when Oz, they had the riots on Oz.
Yeah.
And Christopher Maloney's there and he like has no pants on. And I'm like, okay, great. This is great.
Christopher Maloney's there and he's super hot.
I wish. Where's my Christopher Maloney Lifetime movie?
Yeah, I'm not even gay, and I love Christopher Maloney. He can do whatever. He would do whatever.
Okay, Christopher Maloney, give us a call.
Give us a call.
He cried yes.
So Judith Light shows up, and she's like, I'm shutting this down. This is not happening in my insane asylum. And the reason I have a rocking chair...
Not in my insane asylum.
That's a quote. It's not.
No, it isn't.
It's not. She's like, the reason we have the chair is to remind everyone of home. And once you're better, you can sit on your rocking chair in your front porch and you can be like me and be a happy person.
Oh, what a great way to do.
It's a whole monologue, right, John? It's like
Psychotherapy.
a whole thing going on.
One of her Judith's first real powerful, wonderful moments.
Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate that monologue?
That one, I mean, for like a regular actor, it's of course a 45, but for a Judith Light monologue, it's like a 7. She's warming up.
Okay.
She's getting there. Okay.
Yes. So Nellie, she's like snooping around while all this rocking chair thing is happening. She's snooping around to look for stuff in Judith Light's office, and she finds a little ducky blanket that belonged to the Hollister woman.
Red flag.
Mm-hmm. Ducky blanket.
Red flag.
And a journal that was hers.
Oh.
And one of the staff members catches her, and instead of telling on her, she is like, I'm going to help you. And you were famous. You're a famous writer. And I just want to be famous someday. So, like, just when you get out of here, don't forget me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, she's like the good nurse, kind of. And then there's also like the really bad nurse. But yeah, the good nurse. This is her first act of kindness.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's like an asshole nurse, and then there's a...
Yes.
Okay.
Totally. So this is the nice nurse. I write her name down later in my notes, but I don't remember what it is.
She has red hair.
Nurse Fenton. Nurse Fenton is her name. And Nellie's like, fine, cool, don't turn me in. But Judith Light, of course, comes back and finds like something out of place and is like on the hunt to find out who did it. You know, she's like, you can't get one past Judith Light. She knows everything.
No, Judith Light knows what's going on.
So we're back at Dr. Josiah's office, and Nellie is showing him her journal, and she's like, look, I don't remember writing any of these things, but it had to be me writing them. And he's like, don't worry about the journal, like, whatever, you're fine. Like, he's like very not interested in like this discovery. It's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, it's the first time you're like, what is going on with this guy? Besides looking vaguely like Darren Criss.
Oh my God, yes, he does look like Darren Criss. But yes, he could be in on something with Judith Light. Like it's setting it up where you're like, what's going on here?
Okay.
You know? So
it's confusing. At this point, it's confusing.
Yeah. And Judith Light is like not needing to talk to anybody because because Christina Ricci's like, you need to talk to Judith Light about all this stuff. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
So can I ask, like, who is Christina Ricci? Like, what's her...
Nellie Bly. She's the title character.
She's the main character.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Sorry, I go in between saying Nellie Bly and Christina Ricci. They're the same thing.
Okay, cool.
Got it. But Judith Light finds the ducky blanket from the Hollister girl, like in like a lineup or something, And she's like, what is this? Like, how did you get this? You were snooping through my things. I knew somebody was in there. And Christina Ricci, Nellie Bly, is like, I did it. It was me. You know?
Okay.
So
yeah, and this is also when the Hollister woman is like, she's starting to descend into to madness. So she's like getting a little bit more emotional and out of touch.
Cray cray.
yes.
Yeah, a little more cray cray.
A little more cray cray.
Right. But Judith Light is like, oh, really? Nellie Bly, Christina Ricci, you want to take the blame for this? Fine. We'll go to get punished right now. Come on, Nurse Ratched. And Nurse Ratched comes with her, and they're like going through.
And she literally has a ratchet.
No, Nurse Ratched. Drew.
Well, she has a thing she spins. I don't know what that's called.
She does. She like.
I
Come
hate
on.
you.
She literally has a ratchet.
No. So Judith Light pulls out some leeches, okay? And Christina Ricci is like, what are you going to do with those leeches, girl?
Oh, no.
And Judith Light's like, put her skirt up.
Well, I'm going to.
Put her skirt up. We're going to suck the lust right out of her.
I'm going to bloodlet.
Really bleak.
I'm a bloodlet the lust right out of you.
They put the leeches on her vajayjay. Do we say vajayjay anymore? Her hoo-ha.
I mean, you just said it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that.
Look, I'm going to.
I don't like talking about...
Look.
I don't like talking about this.
Hold on. Patrick, you just said vajayjay.
Okay.
You said it first.
I know.
Okay. I'm just going to.
Shut up.
I want to make sure that that's recorded as a.
All right. Goodbye. So, as the leeches are like sucking blood out of Christina Ricci's vajayjay, Judith Light goes into a monologue about her past. Okay, John, do you want to talk about her monologue about her past?
Yeah. So she experienced trauma as a kid, and I can't remember all the specifics of it. But
like she was abandoned by her parents.
Mm-hmm.
I think when she was 5.
Yeah, so like when she was really, really young, this has caused her to become, I don't know, just like vindictive towards humanity. I want to say.
Yes.
This is it's like an 8.5 monologue for her.
She sings. She sings like a creepy song in this one.
Yeah, so it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, she did a good job. So the next day, Dr. Josiah comes to the asylum because Christina Ricci missed her appointment. And he's like trying to talk to her, but she's like, don't talk to me because I don't want that to happen again with the leeches. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, not important. Don't worry about it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
TMI, so sorry.
Nothing. I don't know why I said that.
Yes, but she's starting to like remember things. The montage flashbacks are getting more detail. We're starting to see more clips of things we don't know what they mean yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hearing like clips of dialogue now from her past.
Yes.
We're trying to put together that maybe she was investigating something.
Mm-hmm. So,
Lord,
there's a whole thing with the dining hall where, like, since the rocking chair, rocking has been banned of any kind from the asylum, and all the girls in the dining hall start like joining hands and like rocking back and forth, and Judith Light is like, "Okay, no, again, shutting it down."
so is this like a cult, like a weird cult thing going on, or what?
I think they're
what
just
the
all
fuck
rebelling.
Well, it starts with our friend Hollister. She's gone full insane. She's cray to the max now.
Okay.
She's just rocking uncontrollably, and then Nurse Ratched is spinning her angry thing and yelling at her to stop. Or no, she has like a whip thing, and she's like smacking the tables and like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christina Ricci gets everyone to rock with Hollister, so in defiance of the mean nurse.
Right, because you can't take down one, you'll have to take them down, all of them.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
So Judith Light does that because she's like, okay, everyone, you have lice, and we're going to cut all your hair off. So she takes them all, lines them up, and she's like about to cut off Christina Ricci's hair when Dr. Josiah shows up, and he's like, don't do it. And Judith Light, this is a good monologue. This would be my 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is her 10 out of 10, yeah.
She's like, Well, you say it, John, because I think you could do it better than I could if you were to reenact it.
Well, she's like, I can't remember what it was.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
She, help me remember.
It's like something about like a man, of course, wouldn't want them to cut off their hair because a man would appreciate their vanity. You know?
Oh, right, yeah, because she's onto him for being hot to Christina Ricci.
Exactly.
He's the one who needs leeches in his vagina.
He does. He really does. Because
he's the one that needs leeches on his dick. And
he does.
vagina. Yeah.
Everywhere. Put them all over. So it's a good monologue because Judith Light like gets right to the point and she's like about to cut his hair and he's like, you know what would work better? Kerosene. Kerosene gets out lice. So Judith Light is like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get some kerosene. She has her staff pour kerosene all over everyone while she is smoking a pipe. Okay.
All this is
really?
Very OSHA friendly.
Yeah. While she's smoking a pipe.
Oh, okay.
So they dump the kerosene all over Hollister, and Hollister's like, I don't know, I just love this, and I'm just so happy to be here. But she grabs the pipe out of Judith Light's hand, and she's like, I'm the Queen of New York. I'm a Hollister, and you can't do this to me. and Judith Light is like, give me back the pipe. You have kerosene all over your body. This is going to be very bad.
This is not good. This is not good.
The Hollister girl puts the pipe on her head and goes up in flames and dies. And everyone just watches her burn. No one stops it. Judith Light's like, everyone stay back.
Yeah, she's immediately like, it's kinder to let her die.
What?
She burns to death and everyone watches. This is a true story. Okay? What? Yeah. I was like, at that moment, I was like, whoa. And I have not verified of what I've heard. Like 90% of this is fake. In like looking it up today, but I'm taking it at face value of the movie. I believe this happened. This is real.
Well, we can only go by face value.
If you say based on a true story, then everything's true.
we have to go by face value.
Also, it's from the 1800s, and no one cares.
Yeah, and there's no way to.
No one cares.
No way to prove that it didn't happen.
So Nellie's very hell-bent on getting out of there. She goes back to the same nurse, and she's like, can you help me like you did before? And the nurse is like, no, they're on an island. It's called Blackwell Island. And she's like, the only way to get off is a ferry, and it's guarded, and it's very dangerous.
It's like, so fuck off. Yeah.
So no. So Dr. Josiah takes a meeting with a man. His name's Bartholomew, and he's like, I know, I'm looking for Nellie Bly. And Dr. Josiah is like, okay, tell me a little bit about her. And he explains Christina Ricci to like the T. He's like,
she looks like Winona Ryder.
She looks like Winona Ryder.
Yes, that's what he said. Exactly that. And Dr. Josiah is like, nope, doesn't ring a bell. Don't know anybody who looks like Winona Ryder in here. You're going to have to take your search elsewhere. And
also, I don't know who Winona Ryder is.
Right. It's the 1800s.
It's 1800s.
But as Bartholomew is leaving, Christina Ricci sees him and she's like, Bat, 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 Bat. So it's Bat. Bartholomew, I guess a nickname for him is Bat.
Oh.
And she starts to remember now that she is, a person of leisure or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. A person.
I don't know what it is.
She remembers that she's a person. Finally.
What I forgot.
And then she finally realizes she's a person. She's like, I'm a person. And then the end.
Right. So I forgot to mention at the top, Drew. Mm-hmm. Very important. I can't believe I forgot this. Judith Light is planning a ball. For the insane asylum people.
A ball for
she won't just sit in a rocking chair, but she's going to throw a ball for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So it's very much like a Hallmark movie where they were like, well, we're going to have a ball. And I was like, oh, the ball's coming. Must be almost the end of the movie.
But it's a very bad idea. Very bad idea.
At the ball, it's a bunch of mentally ill people and immigrants, I think, because there was a lot of POCs in there, but they didn't speak English. And I'm like,
right.
That's an interesting fact, Lifetime, to highlight, because I bet a lot of immigrants who didn't speak English just were put in asylums.
Yeah, they were like, you don't speak English? You must be crazy.
Right.
Then. You must be a crazy person.
And they're all like dancing with each other, like just
Well, before there was a scene before this that where sorry to interrupt, where Christina Ricci goes back to the doctor and is like, I saw a guy I know. I had a relationship with him. And he's like, this was a different guy. He was asking about a friend, and then he's like, she's like, well, what's the friend's name? And he's like, well, I don't remember. And she's like, why don't you remember? And he's like, stop talking. Like he's very
yes,
he's very very bad at lying.
Business. Yeah, make up a name, dude. Make up a name.
It's hard to, man.
On the spot, when you're on the spot.
Arthur McPants. Like, just make up any name.
Arthur McPants.
Exactly.
Arthur McPants.
So
his name. His
yes.
name is McPants.
But their argument doesn't matter because Dr. Josiah comes to the ball and dances with Christina Ricci, and everyone's watching, and everyone's very jealous. Very jealous.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Christina Ricci is a good-looking gal.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see 1800...
Christina Ricci?
1800s.
Well, that's any role she's ever played.
1800s... Oh, man. She's going to be the top of the... She's going to be the top.
Okay. So nurse, the nurse Fenton, the good nurse or whatever we're calling her, she comes through with the arrangements to kind of get Christina Ricci off of the island. She's like, my brother has a boat. He's going to come pick us up. I'm coming with you. Let's go. They grab some lanterns. They leave the ball.
Okay.
They run through like hallways and whatever. I don't know where. And then they get on the beach. And
there's also one of my favorite moments is before there's a locked door or something they're trying to get out of. Christina Ricci just picks up this piece of metal and basically just like taps the lock and it opens.
Of course.
That's how you... I mean, that would be... I think 1800s, like, you can easily...
Yeah, metal was weaker back then.
Yeah.
And you could just pick up any lock in the 1800s.
Right, they're all the same.
You just have to tap it, and then...
Right.
They're actually made of paper back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you just put like
so
a little,
amazing.
You're like, tap, tap,
But
unlocked.
They get to the beach, and there's no boat. And the nurse is like, I'm so sorry, Christina Ricci. She made me do it. And then Judith Light comes up with like her lantern, and she's like, here I am.
Oh, no.
She was tricked.
Oh, no.
By the nice nurse, not even by the mean nurse. That was really messed up, and that made me really angry.
Oh.
I could not believe it. I was like, what the hell, nice nurse? So Nellie's flashbacks they're starting to piece together now. So it turns out she was an undercover writer, okay? She convinced...
Wait, who was the...
Christina Ricci.
Okay.
She convinced a newspaper to publish a story about like an insane asylum. She's going to go undercover and be in the insane asylum.
And be crazy, okay.
Okay? For Pulitzer. I guess that was a big publisher back in the day. That's why there's a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, Pulitzer Prize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she remembers what Judith Light did to her, which was like drowned her in a bathtub, like a bathtub, but she's like in a cage. So like she's like submerged underwater. Mm-hmm. And that caused her to lose her memory. Okay. I don't know the science. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, very simple science, yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know the science.
Like, have you ever held your breath underwater at a pool for a long time and then you like go to the surface and you can't remember your name or your birth date or
yeah, I'm all the time
while you're there? Yeah, it happens all the time.
Multiple times. Yeah.
You know, I've heard of losing your voice, like in The Little Mermaid, but never losing your memory.
Well, you know how like when sometimes like you lose your memory of who you are and where you are, but you can totally speak English still.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, like that. Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Christina Ricci tells Judith Light, she's like, I remember everything. I know what you did to me. You're not going to do it again. And Judith Light is like, hell yeah, I am. Boys, put her in the cage. She puts her in the cage. She's like, I'm going to, this is the best line of the whole film. She puts her in the cage and she's dropping her into the bathtub. And she says, bye-bye, Nellie Bly. Just like that. It was amazing.
Oh,
that's
my other favorite line comes right before that too, where she's like, "The women in my asylum are clean, they're safe, they're confident,
Yes.
Like, she's very proud of the fact that they don't shit themselves.
Yeah. It's a big accomplishment. Especially back in those times.
Oh, man.
They didn't have Depends.
Oh, man.
So Bat comes to her rescue, okay? And he like figures it out.
Batman
Comes.
Batman
I don't
comes.
really know how he figures it out. It doesn't really matter.
Batman's a detective, so
Okay,
he
good.
comes in.
And he's like, get her out of there. And they're like, okay. He pulls her out. She's like unconscious.
Uh-huh.
And, I don't even know, like, I guess like they like take her out of the insane asylum, but she's like all dressed up in her Victorian clothes now and she looks very nice. She's like, goodbye, everyone. And one of the like insane people's like, give them hell, Nellie. Like, she's like, I will never forget the woman in that.
Yeah, I
in
love that she has
asylum.
time to like shower, change, do her hair. Like,
Right.
she's in no rush to leave the asylum.
No. And she's like, oh, everyone will be fine, you know.
Tell them that we're not actually crazy, Nellie. Okay.
Yes.
Tell them we're continent.
We're continent.
And yes. And as they're outside on the steps, Nellie's like, I'm so happy you found me, Bat. Like, this is crazy.
Batman.
And he's like, hey, Nellie, you've only been in there for 10 days. She's like, the fuck? I've only been in there 10 days.
10 days?
Yeah.
And did she like...
She
go,
thought
like,
she had
wait,
been there forever. It seemed like she had been there forever.
Did she's like, wait, what? Was that a twist?
It was just like a shocking moment because you're like, what? 10 days? That's not long at all.
It's like, man, sorry, I had to work like this week or whatever.
Right.
And like,
I didn't notice you were missing, but
I thought you were just going to the thing.
yeah. She
God.
kept it a secret. But the police come for Judith Light and her bird and her wig, and they get Dr. Josiah, and then Nellie.
Oh, my favorite detail is that in the bird cage of her bird is the news headlines about the insane asylum.
Oh yeah, that was like pretty funny.
Wait.
It's a great way to tie in the bird again. I loved it.
So like
Wait,
how
what?
in a bird cage, like at the bottom, you put like
Oh, yeah.
newspaper.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Nellie writes a book. It's called 10 Days in a Madhouse, and she's like the first celebrity journalist ever.
Ever. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe female. Probably ever.
I think it's probably
Ever.
Yeah, I mean,
It's ever.
it's a crazy story to... I mean, I wish I can't imagine.
She just like, nah, man, I saw some shit, dude.
Right. I saw a woman burned to death.
That was the first title of the book.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit.
She's like, oh, dude, I saw some shit, man. But like, they were like, you can't publish that.
Right.
That can't be a
Nellie,
title.
you really are crazy if you want to publish that as your title. I'm going to put you back in the asylum. But the asylum closed. And I don't know what happened to Judith Light's character or the name of the character, the real person. I didn't write it down.
Probably not a real person. They just like had
Right.
to make it up.
Probably
right?
not.
Yeah.
Probably not. So
Fun fact,
But Judith Light is a real person. Don't
She's
get
a real
any of
human
that
being.
wrong. Yeah.
extraordinary person.
Yeah.
But a fun fact, I've actually been to that asylum.
really?
You been it?
Yeah, it's in ruins. It's called Roosevelt Island now. It's not Blackwell Island. It's Roosevelt Island now.
Oh, shit.
And if you walk to one end of it, you walk to the south end of it, there's this giant old asylum that's like all hollowed out and the windows are all broken.
Ew.
It's fenced off so you can't get into it, but it's creepy as fuck.
Did you see Nellie Bly's writing on the wall, like marking down her 10 days? You know?
Did
I was
you
just- I was
stay
just like, wow.
Did you stay the night at that place?
Oh, boy.
With recordings?
All right. Okay. So on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. John, what are you going to do to this movie and why?
Oh, sorry. Say that again?
So you're going to put a cork in it, which means you hate it, or pour it up, which means you love it. So it's a rating system.
Oh, great. I pour it up.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And do you have any reasons why?
It's not good by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, yeah, no.
Like it looks like it was like community theater costumes, and it was like filmed all in like 2 different rooms in a building. But Judith Light's performance is amazing. Christina Ricci actually is pretty great and makes you remember like, oh, she's pretty wonderful. And I think it has a good message about because there's a lot of parallels to like modern day. Like the doctor is he does a lot of gaslighting on Nellie.
Yeah.
So it's like, it has a lot of tie-ins to today's culture and toxic masculinity. So for that reason, I like it. And also, the villain has a bird. I support any movie where a villain has a small pet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
Okay, Drew, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm pouring it up. Absolutely.
Great.
You guys had me riveted again. The one thing you talked about with the bird, like the villain had a pet. Like that's a good trope. I'm good. When you give me that, that's fine. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I am also going to pour it up. I pour it up not because of the historical accuracy, because I'm sure that it was very wrong.
It's probably wrong.
I'm 100% sure it was wrong, but it was entertaining, and the twists and turns came like at the perfect moments. There was no like misdirects. Like, I hate in Lifetime movies when they try to misdirect me and like think someone else is a suspect.
Yeah.
There was none of that. It was just like, okay, we're going to give you hints that,
fucked up.
the doctor's bad. Judith Light's bad. They turn out to be bad. And they get their whatever.
Their dues.
Yeah, they get their dues, and they get put in jail at the end, and then Christina Ricci's out. So I like that.
Great.
And I also like Christina Ricci, even though she's like kind of like weird.
I mean, I love Christina Ricci /
Winona Ryder. I can't believe
Christina Ryder.
Christina Ryder.
They're the same person to me. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. It is, because they're different.
And I'm straight. I should like one or the other.
They're very different. Addams Family.
No, I know they're very different, but they just are they?
But here's the thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
One's older. One's very much older.
Not you. Okay.
One's as old as me. And one is like a little younger.
So,
but they're the same.
What I'm saying is, like, Christina Ricci, here's the thing with her. Like, she is always drawn to these kind of, like, Victorian era roles. Like, she was in, like, Sleepy Hollow. She was in Addams Family, which is kind of the same aesthetic.
Yeah.
This movie, she was in a Lizzie Borden movie, which was a Lifetime movie as well.
Yeah, she's got some gothic shit going on.
She works that angle a lot.
She works the gothic shit
and, like,
a lot.
all her stuff kind of blurs together because it's very similar.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So that might be where you're getting confused.
I know, I do, but I
she was in
know I know the difference between the two. I just sometimes,
okay,
I get confused.
Christina Ricci was in that short-lived TV show Pan Am.
Yeah.
It was like about a Gothic Victorian airliner in the 1800s.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like she's the one to go like, hey, Christina. Want to do like a...
We're doing a Kitty Hawk movie. Want to be in that? Great.
Hey, want to do like I don't know. We're just trying to make sure that we cover all our bases and just do a huge, epic, long thing about...
Oh my god! I don't know where you're going.
And now my brain
okay.
shut down.
Well, great. Tune in next time.
Yeah, tune in next time
to see the finishing of that bit. Okay, I think that wraps up our conversation about Escaping the Madhouse, the Nellie Bly story. John, do you have anything you'd like to plug at the pluggy time of this podcast?
I think just my website, johnlooscomedy.com. That's where I post all my content and my blog stuff, and you keep updates on what I'm doing. So that's the best place for everyone to go.
Wonderful. What was that name again?
johnlooscomedy.com. My last name is JOHNLOOS comedy.com.
Wonderful. Drew, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me just at Drew but with pants on Instagram, and you can find my band the Limbos on any place that you would listen to music ever.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both for being here. And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And call us 872-267-4117. Leave a message, and we will play it. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.